everyone, welcome to my channel Love Grows Tarot. I'm here to do a tarot card reading for the sun sign of Gemini in the month of November. If you like my readings, please subscribe and like. If you want notifications of upcoming readings, please ring the bell. Comments are very welcome. I will leave descriptions in the description box below, including a link for donations, which are greatly appreciated and extremely useful, especially during these times of change. Follow me on Instagram. I do a daily reading there, #LoveGrowsTarot. And if you want a more personal and in-depth reading from me, go to my Etsy shop, Love Grows Tarot Shop, and you can purchase one there. These readings are general, so they're not going to resonate with absolutely everybody, and the energy and themes of these readings will take place in the future, so please feel free to come back and review them at any time. I begin with 3 cards, the overall energy for the month, what to be mindful of for that month, and where additional luck may be coming to you for the month. I am guided by the tarot cards in spirit, and I follow through with the rest of the reading, ending with the Wisdom Oracle, the Animal Spirit Oracle, and Moonology Oracle. So let's get started with this reading for Gemini in the month of November. First of all, we're going to look at the overall energy for the month. So the overall energy is coming from the King of Cups. The King of Cups. The Cups are the water signs, so they are Pisces, they are Gemini, and they are Scorpio. So be mindful of people with these sun signs, or be mindful of the period of time that these signs are active. The King is an older man, a master, and it can indicate a more mature person. This person may be coming into your life to assist you, lead you, or mentor you in some way. This person would be artistically inclined. He would be very intuitive, sensitive, emotional, a very caring type of a person, offering you guidance. If this is not a person coming to you into your life, then this card really is about you taking on more masterful qualities, getting more in tune to your emotions, your artistic side, your intuitive side. So that's going to be the overall energy for the month of November. It's going to be an emotional energy for you, Gemini, which you're an air sign, so you're not so much connected to your emotions as you are your intellect. So please open up your emotions, be a little bit more emotional, be a little bit more intuitive, be a little bit more sensitive and caring. What else does Gemini need to know? What's to be mindful of for the month of November? To be mindful of for the month of November. What does Gemini need to be mindful of in the month of November? So now we have the Queen of Swords. So the swords are the air signs like you. So that is going to be Aquarius, that's going to be you, Gemini, and that's going to be Libra. So she is definitely more in tune with your character traits and your personality, and that would be your thoughts, your communication, your connections, your intellect, logical thinking. She's very straightforward, she's very honest, and she's very to the point. Things that she say may cut very quickly because they aren't going to be filtered and they aren't going to be all fluffed up with emotions. They're going to be direct and they're going to be right, straight to the point. She, just like the King, may come into your life in November and offer you guidance, assistance, mentoring, or perhaps just somebody with those kind of values that plays a big part for you in November. On the other side, this card asks you to live up to her qualities. So for you, Gemini, being the air sign that you are, this isn't going to be difficult. So bring out more of that air sign in you. So you sort of have a duality with the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords here. So the King of Cups is very interested in what's going on with the Queen of Swords, this intellectual person, this very straightforward type of a person, and he is offering his emotional, intuitive, and sensitive side and caring side to this person. So the Queen of Swords is what you have to be mindful of. So be mindful of your thoughts, be mindful of your communication, be mindful of the way you say things to people, and perhaps maybe be a little bit more caring and nurturing when it comes to your thoughts and when it comes to your discussions or conversations that you have with people during the month of November. Where's some additional luck maybe coming from for Gemini in the month of November? Month of November. Right. So it's coming from the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is your perseverance, your devotion, your determination to get things done. It's also about hard work and what it takes and what hard work can do to a person. It can be exhausting at times, but with the Nine of Wands, it's all about growth. It's all about your ideas, your projects, things that you've been working hard on, and you're just about to get to a new level with it, but you're not quite there. So it's really asking you to hang in there, and even though the road may be weary, it's going to be important for you to stick with it. This is going to give you a much needed luck, additional luck for the month of November. So when you're feeling exasperated and just tired and feeling like whether the struggle has been worth it, it has been worth it, and you are getting really, really close to all those positive things that you've been hoping for and have been working hard to get towards your goal. What else does Gemini need to know about in the month of November? So you're going to be challenged with your thoughts and the duality of your emotions during the month of November. And it may weigh heavy, it may be dividing you in some ways, but really stick with it because it's going to pay off well. So then we have the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is those thoughts that get in your head, those self-sabotaging thoughts, those self-imposed restrictions, a type of confinement that really is in your head. It's not really has anything to do with the world around you. It's your fear of leaving something. It's your fear of the unknown. So be very, very mindful of the type of thoughts and perceptions that you put into your head, especially in the month of November, because they may be keeping you from a lot of things that, a lot of opportunities that are coming your way. So really, really figure out where that comes from, where these restrictions come from, where you feel like maybe that you have no choice or that you're stuck in some sort of situation, because you actually can walk away freely from that situation and you can get out of your head. You just have to change the perception about the way you are speaking to yourself or thinking about things. So what else does Gemini need to know about for the month of November? So be careful about that, because we all have that ability to doubt ourselves, and within that doubt we create a lot of like I said, restrictions and keep ourselves back from a lot of like really great opportunities and things that can happen if we just sort of lighten those thoughts a bit. So the next card is the Four of Swords. So this is meditation, retreat, rest, that spiritual side. So in order for you to get out of your head and your thoughts, it's a good idea to start, if you don't have a meditation practice, to create a meditation practice to open up your mind and clear the thoughts. These are both swords, so they're all very much about what's going on in your head. Or perhaps like lean more towards your spiritual side, believing in the universe and having faith in things, and just opening your mind to that kind of thinking. And when you open your mind to that kind of thinking, you're going to be able to leave this situation really easily. It may take a little time at first, but you will be surprised at how easily you can actually free yourself from those self-restricting situations. So the next card we have for you is the Fool. The Fool is a major arcana, so this is an important message. And this is your new journey. So once again, all these little details here, when you begin to be more spiritual, or maybe regain that spiritual aspect or more faith in yourself, you're going to open yourself up to whole new adventures. The Fool's a major arcana, and this is like a major change in your life where you are like have found your authentic self, and now you're moving on, and you're creating your own journey, and you're walking your own path. And the whole world is opened up to you, and you faced your fears, and you just have to do it and jump. Next card for you, Gemini, is from the Hangman. It's also a major arcana, so these are important messages. And this is about the new perspective that you will gain. As I was speaking about, when you get in your thoughts and you create these restrictions because of the thoughts that you throw around in your head, and these doubts and these fears can really hold you back. But with this, meditating and retreating and just having more spiritual faith in things and taking that chance on yourself and beginning that fool's journey is going to open you up to a whole new perspective and a whole new way of looking at things and a whole new way of thinking about things that's going to be very positive and open the door for lots of opportunities for you. What else did Gemini need to know in the month of November? Gemini in the month of November. Gemini, month of November. So we have the 8 of Cups. And so all these cards are leading up to this spiritual journey, this moving on, this moving away from things that don't have your best interests anymore, or they just don't teach you or challenge you, or they're just it's just empty. It's not enough, and now you're moving on, and you are the Fool, and you are on a journey, and you have your walking stick, and even though there'll be mountains to climb and you don't know where you're going, you've faced your fears, and the fear is now shining a bright light and allowing you to move on and get on this spiritual journey. So what else does Gemini need to know as it goes on into this new journey, into this new person, and then this new way of life? What else does Gemini need to know? Gemini. So now we have the 10 of Wands. So the 10 of Wands is the next evolution from the 9 of Wands. So the 9 of Wands is where your additional luck is coming from, and that was just hanging in there and just believing in what you're doing and your thoughts, and even though you're weary and tired, just to keep on going. Don't lose that determination and that drive. And now we have the 10 of Wands, so that's the completion. And now you're moving up a level. The one thing that is needed is that you may need to delegate. You may need to bring more people in to assist you on this new level in your life, on this new world that you've created. So be very mindful that what you're doing doesn't become a burden, because you are moving on into a new journey, and you are leaving a lot of what doesn't work for you behind. So be careful of what you're taking into your new world. Make sure that it doesn't create that burden for you. And if you need to bring in more people to assist you, then please do. The next card is the Tower, which is another major arcana, which is an important message. So there'll be changes. There are going to be big, bold changes. So with this card, lessening that load is going to be very, very useful for you, because there's going to be a big dramatic changes that happen. The Tower comes in and sweeps things away. And when you look back in hindsight, you're going to understand why the Tower came in to do that. So there's going to be big changes. It could be changes in your relationship. It could be changes in your career. It could be changes in your location. Something's going to happen that's going to make you change and make you shift, but this shift will take you in a positive direction. And then we have another major arcana card. This time we have Justice. So now we're dealing with 4 major arcana cards. So you do have some big moments happening for you in the month of November. justice is when everything works out in your favor. So these changes are going to be favorable for you. So just go with them. Don't fight the changes, and just understand that if these are very big, dramatic, bold changes, that they were necessary, and to just, as much as you can, go with the flow within this. And then we have another major arcana card. So this is from the world. So your world's changing, you're evolving, and you're moving up. And you've got 5 major arcana cards. So it's going to be a big month for you, Gemini, and things are going to be very favorable for you. You're going to feel like you just have opened yourself up. There's a new sense of freedom. You're freeing yourself from attachments that no longer are working for you, and you have to get think in a new perspective, and you have to go forward with this new perspective because it's taking you into a whole new world in a whole new direction. You have to lessen the burdens, figure out what it is that you need to drop to move on, and everything's working out in your favor. Be mindful of the Queen of Swords, her energy. Be mindful of using it in as a positive thing, and not so much as a negative thing. So in other words, use your words truthfully, but be more caring and nurturing, because you have the King and then you have the Queen here. So you have these 2 forces. So this energy is going to be very much different than this energy. This is going to be the overall energy for the month of November. So it's going to be a very intuitive, very caring, very nurturing type of energy. And then this is going to be mindful. So be mindful of the Queen of Swords energy, and don't be so opinionated, judgmental, critical, anything that's sort of the negative aspect of your communicating. Be more positive with it. So now we're going to start with the Wisdom Oracle and finish off the reading. What does the Wisdom Oracle have to say for our dear friends Gemini in the month of November? Gemini in the month of November. What advice can we get from the Wisdom Oracle for the month of November? The month of November for Gemini. So the advice for the month of November coming from the Wisdom Oracle is number 36, which breaks down to number 9 in numerology, which is the end of a cycle and a beginning of a new one. And this card is telling you to come to the edge. Very much like the Fool, come to the edge. You're about to embark on a new journey. And don't fear this new journey. Take on this new journey, because it's going to bring you a lot of great opportunities, and a lot of goodness is going to come from this. So don't be afraid of it. Take advantage of it. Because it's going to be amazing. I mean, you're changing. You are sort of come into a side of yourself that is just really confident about what it is you want and where you want to go, and nobody's really going to get in your way, stand in your way. You're going to make the moves, but you do have to change your way of thinking. That critical thinking, you have to drop that, because without dropping that, you're really going to be sort of stuck there. So from the Animal Spirit cards, the advice we have is from Bee Spirit, and it is telling you that sweet results await. So make that your mantra. Sweet results await. And also with the bees, think about bees during the month of November. They're a very important part of our ecosystem. And just be mindful of them, and if they are around you in any sort of way. And yeah, sweet results are going to await you. There's so much good that's going to be going on for you in the month of November, in positive direction. And like I said, just get yourself out of your heads, out of that negative thinking, and be more positive. And put more faith in what you're doing and where you're going, because it's going to many big changes are going to take you up to a whole new world, and a whole new world where there's endless possibilities, endless opportunities for you. What do the Moonology cards have to say for Gemini in the month of November? So the Moonology card is from the full moon in Taurus. And it's telling you that your dreams need a practical plan. So this is good too, because it's very much like the Ten of Wands, where sometimes we overload ourselves and we're making all these accomplishments, but then it becomes a burden, and it kind of keeps us, or keeps that sense of freedom and flow from happening. It brings on these anxieties, like in the Nine of Wands, where everything seems a little bit overwhelming. So a practical plan is really about changing the things that are going on with your work, your projects in your life, and make them more practical, and make them more attainable, and make them more able to offer that flow to you, those positive opportunities, and all the good things that go along with this. So really sit down and take the time to make a practical plan. So Gemini, that's it for the month of November. You've got some big cards here, and you've got some big changes. Don't get in your way. Please don't get in your way, because it's all going in a very positive direction. You're just going to have to clear up the things that create burdens for you, lighten the load, so that you can keep on this quest that you're going on, because it's taking you in a really good direction. It's going to change your world in very, very many positive ways, and you're going to be very comfortable with knowing that real true part of yourself, that authentic part of yourself, like never before. So I wish you all the best for the month of November. I would like you to stay safe, please, not only for yourself, but for others. And I will see you next time.